In the compact SUV segment, bigger is always better. Well, let me switch around a couple words. Is bigger always better? Well, let's take a look at the Volkswagen Tiguan to find out. The Tiguan is Volkswagen's best-selling model, and for its second generation, it received some changes. I don't want to do the thing today. Just kidding, boom! A mid-cycle refresh. The front end gets more aggressive styling with standard LED headlights, while the rear is mainly unchanged, but still has those fake exhaust outlets that we all love. And that's sarcasm, by the way, but what we do love is cargo space, and this has a lot of it. This is the 5-seat configuration, 2 rows, and it has 37.6 cubic feet behind the second row. Now, if this had 3 rows, there will only be 12 cubic feet of space, but this is the SEL R-line trim, and it has standard all-wheel drive. Any Tiguan in 2022 with all-wheel drive only has 2 rows available. So that means there's no third row in this, which means my 6'4" frame doesn't have to fit in a compact SUV's third row. Yes. Something worth mentioning is cargo flexibility with the 40-20-40 split seats. And with the second row folded, you'll have 73.4 cubic feet to work with, which is bigger than the Toyota RAV4 and Mazda CX-5. Moving inside the cabin, seating is spacious. Thanks to its long and boxy dimensions, the Tiguan is very accommodating. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm 6'4". Let me show you how easy it is to fit inside of the Tiguan. And boom, I have plenty of head and leg room, and I have a steering wheel that feels great. It's tilt and telescopic. It's really nice in here. The seats are fully adjustable, and I love how you can go so far back on its rails. And even on this side, you got some good storage. You got a little bin right here for your keys or chapstick. And you got felt in the liner right here, which is nice. It's really cool in the front seat. But let me show you where the money is, and that's the back seats. And fitting back here in my comfortable driving position, I have inches of leg room and a good amount of headroom too, which is great. Sitting behind someone that's normal size and not gigantic like me, I mean, the leg room is crazy. This is a really boxy interior, which is great because if you have rear-facing child seats, you got plenty of space for the passenger in front. You don't have to jam them into the dashboard. I mean, lots of space. Good job, Volkswagen. I'll also note that the rear seats have a slight recline for more comfort, but if you want a USB-C charge port in the rear, that's not standard. And you'll only be able to have one, even in the 3-row variant. However, making up for it are rear seat vents to keep your passengers cool, 2 USB ports up front, and heated seats. Materials throughout the cabin feel nice and well put together with soft, squishy bits on the dash and some decent storage for smaller items. I love how versatile the Tiguan is when it comes to storage. I mean, they have a small bin on top of the dash for your phone or for some treats. And you also get a small slit right here next to the cup holders. I really don't know what that will fit, but maybe something small in your pocket. And a really deep center console, which is great, but it doesn't click in when you push it down. I guess it doesn't have to. And the armrest is nice and soft, but I wish it was tangible buttons for the HVAC controls. This will do it. It works just fine, but I love pressing buttons, which brings me up to the infotainment system. This is the upgraded 8-inch screen. It comes with a standard 6.5-inch screen, but I love that this isn't the system that's in the ID4 or the GTI with the haptic controls. This has a volume knob and menu items on the side. This is great. I love that they did this and didn't do that other crazy stuff. Good job, Volkswagen. There's also a 10.25-inch digital gauge cluster which can show a navigation screen, which is a pretty cool feature. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto come standard with available wireless connectivity and wireless charging, making this interior even easier to operate with less distracted driving. But if you do find yourself distracted, the good thing is forward collision mitigation and blind spot monitor come standard. The bad thing is, if you'd like more safety tech like adaptive cruise control and even lane keep assist in your Tiguan, you'll have to move up from the base model or shell out the money for an S Convenience package and IQ Drive. Yeah, having to pay extra for some safety features that you really want is a bummer, especially when the road can be a bit distracting. And speaking of distractions, the haptic feedback controls on the steering wheel can be just that, a distraction. You really got to make sure your inputs are intentional, and sometimes you may have to go back in and change the volume because it didn't register your finger or whatever. I mean, I just wish they were regular buttons. It'll make life so much easier. All Tiguans come with a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine making 184 horsepower, linked to an 8-speed automatic transmission. It would have been nice to have a hybrid option, seeing that fuel economy is pretty low for the segment, especially with the 4Motion all-wheel drive. You would think that low fuel efficiency numbers would translate into big power delivery, but in the case of the Tiguan, not so much. I mean, power surges on and you notice a significant amount of turbo lag, but once you get up to speed, it rides just fine. And I'd like to note that the brakes are really easy to manage. I mean, they're not too touchy, not too soft, not too firm. They let you come to a smooth stop with a little bit of ease. That was nice. If you plan on towing with the Tiguan, the max is 1,500 pounds. There's no significant body roll for this compact SUV, and the handling feels dialed in, which makes up for the lack of power. Front-wheel drive is standard, and all-wheel drive is an extra $1,500 for lower trims and standard on the highest SEL R trim. Ooh, I don't think the Tiguan's gonna win a lot of drag races, but I mean, if there's a curvy road on the way to picking up your kids from daycare, this will have a good amount of fun potential. And the steering feels nice, it has a good weight to it. Visibility is good thanks to these tall windows. And even with the 20-inch wheels, the ride isn't too harsh. I mean, if you're looking for a daily driver with a refined ride, this will do just fine. Come on, go, go, go. The Tiguan comes in 4 different trims: S, SE, SE R-line Black, and the SEL R-line. Pricing for the base S trim starts at $26,490, not including destination, and includes all of the standard features mentioned earlier: 17-inch alloy wheels, roof rails, standard folding side mirrors, keyless entry with push-button start, and a 6-speaker audio system. Move up to the SE trim for a little over $30,000 for added features like a power liftgate, faux leather seats with power driver's seat, the upgraded 8-inch touchscreen with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, wireless charging, dual zone climate control, and that single rear USB-C port. For sporty styling, the SEL R-line Black trim, starting at a little under $33,000, adds black interior and exterior trim pieces, black wheels, parking sensors in front and back, ambient lighting, and a panoramic sunroof. The top-of-the-line SEL R-line trim, starting at over $37,000, adds 20-inch wheels, hands-free liftgate, leather seats with power-adjustable passenger seat, navigation, 360-degree camera, that 10.25-inch digital gauge cluster, and Fender sound system. That's a lot of good options on the Tiguan, and you may not have that on your old car, but let me tell you about KBB.com. You go on KBB.com and you can get the value of your car so you can sell it or trade it in for a Tiguan or maybe another compact SUV. Go on KBB.com and get your car's value. There's a link in the description. Check it out. This Volkswagen has some good attributes, but also some stiff competition. Other compact SUVs like the Honda CR-V, Toyota RAV4, and Hyundai Tucson all offer hybrid variants, but no third-row seating option. There's the Mazda CX-5, which also has great driving dynamics and offers a more powerful turbocharged engine, and the Kia Sorento, which offers 3-row seating and a variety of engine options. But there's a reason the Tiguan is still Volkswagen's best seller. And that reason doesn't have to be a need for speed, because if you're looking for a compact SUV that has solid tech, good driving dynamics, and a roomy interior, well, maybe bigger could be better.